Well, I wasn't going to do an unboxing, but I've opened up the box and I'm just really impressed by the packaging. So this is the Creality Ender 5 Pro. Let me show you what I mean. Put the flute on. There we go. So it's a nice thick cardboard. So just my first impressions of everything. It's great. I mean, look. It's exactly as I've just undone the top. So if they've taken as much care as manufacturing as they have done packaging, looking forward to trying this. The doggies. Right, onwards and upwards. So far I've whipped out the little feeder bit that feeds the filament through, and the screen control pad. And I've taken away the top layer. So it looks like here we've got the Z-axis, and that's the extruder there, and the X-axis, which is driven there by the Y-axis. So layer 1 down, layer 2 to go. So that's the Z-axis out of the way. Here we have magnetic board and the plate, platen, whatever you want to call it. That's going to come out in one go. Okay, might be. Let's lift that one out. Oh yeah, this has got the it's got the adjustments on the bottom. And this heats up as well. Okay. Careful about where I put this down now, because I don't want to damage anything. That's that out. So now this is your main XY carriage. It's all looking pretty nice, pretty good. Nice bit of packaging. Right, let's get this next one out. That's on the floor. Just taking it out of the packaging. Left it like that because it's all nice and protective at the minute. Put the platform back in there just to keep it out of the way. That generally leads us to the main parts. We've got some vertical upstands here wrapped, some filament that they've supplied, which is good. There's the control box. I believe you got instructions on it as well as to how to assemble. And probably in that box there's the hardware, screws, nuts, bolts, washers, whatever. Which I'm rightly seeing some videos of others. Got some good tools in here as well. Of course things have changed since when they first come out. Then there's a memory stick there with bits on, don't know, software. Oh yeah, snips. Okay. Right, let's get this final bit out of the box, then we'll clear the box out of the way. And the fun will begin. Okay, so here we go. Box of bits, control panel, extruder feeder, Z-axis, platen, X and Y frame, control box and base, and the upstands. Right. We'll see how this build goes. You might see a bit more yet. Cheerio. Okay, I think we'll get the book out in a minute. I'll unwrap these. These are the uprights. Unpack the box. Let's put some tools, some cable ties. I think this might be a an extruder prodder. Not 100% sure. I think they might have something to do with the prints on it. Some snips, some spare parts, because it says spare parts. M4x10. Some more screws here. We've got to get them together. Now there was something I watched on a video. Yeah, there's a hole right there. It's only on one end. So that's something to watch out for. So I'll be looking out for that when I do the assembling. Still got the Z-axis being protected there, and the top frame there. But pretty good kitting, I think. Pretty good kitting. Power lead, it's a scraper, and the PLA roll holder there. Right, see you in a bit. Okay, I had a little flick through the book, and the first thing we've got to do is put these little old struts on. It is showing that the hole in the side has gone at the top. I think it's something to do with bolting the top frame on. We use 8 and 5x25s, which are these ones. Okay, I've got to get a Allen key out of there, so once that's happened I shall bring you back. Okay, I've put 2 screws in each of these parts of the framework. I've not done them up tight, so you might be able to see this. Can actually still just twist them a bit. That's just so I can get the top bit on, and then I'll sit everything nice and snug once the top's on. There's my dogs. There's plenty of these screws. There's 16 needed for the top and the bottom part of the frame, and there's a couple of spares. Not always a bad thing for the consumer. There we go. Some spares is always nice. It's one beagle and one retriever. Only having little play fights. Right, so now on to put the top on. Okay, well, start that again. Okay, so now is the Z-axis. Z-axis is going to be the one that bolts in at the back. As long as I don't have to go out and sort my doggies out, but we'll see. Got to build that up next. I've nipped up all my screws on the frame, and it's all nice and rigid now, so that's all good to go. There's a note: align the bottom profile, then tighten the screws. So let's see. Here we go. There's the Z-axis I showed you before. That's the extrusion filament feeder. Like a switch for your home on the top, and stuck a motor on the bottom. And I believe that's the adjustment stopper screw for the home button. Right. Next time you catch me, hopefully this little baby will be attached to the frame. So far so good. No stiff screws, it's all been pretty good. It's been very good actually. Right, let's get this let's get this baby on. Okay, so I've got all the screws fixed in. On the tops, and on the sides. And these ones are on the bottom, but they're still all just a little bit loose. So I can still twist it a bit up here and here. Now in instructions, just go back a bit and just say tighten the 4 screws on the top, then tighten the side screws. So top screws first, then the sides, then I'll go back around and do the underneath ones. Just as a word of warning, is you will find bits of swarf, metal shavings, filings, whatever you want to call it. But part of the machining process of producing the tapped holes in the extrusion. Go careful that it doesn't fall into any vent holes or anything like that on the electronics, because that could could possibly be an issue. But there we go, just something to look out for. That's my collection of swarf so far. Otherwise looking good, looking good. Can't wait to get it up and going. Still have no idea what I'm doing, but this is my journey. I hope you can stay with me. There we go. There's your connectors underneath. Written on EXP1, EXP2, EXP3. We'll get that plugged in now.